This must have been where that black flower came from. Yep, there's the cut stem.
Where was that coming from? It felt like it came from inside my head. And whose voice was that? It almost sounded familiar. Get a grip. Okay. I really like having it turned on as background noise, but I don't like actually watching it. Mom loved this species. I always try to keep at least one around in memory of her. Their smell has a wonderfully comforting effect on me. When I'm stressed, I try to keep one near me.
When we were in Tuscany, there was this town that quarried this beautiful marble. We picked some up to make these counters with. It doesn't matter what we do. We always get fruit flies, and this is their home base.
When we designed this place, we modeled the kitchen after the one in our childhood home.
Someone comes in to water them. We killed a bunch of plants before we all finally admitted that none of us have the time or want the responsibility.
It's really meant to be appreciated from the loft.
Max commissioned this one from a friend. I love winter scenes. This one makes me want to curl up in a chair and drink tea.
It's one of a pair of vases that we got sent over from India. It's from India. This one got a big crack on it when it was being shipped.
This is made from some kind of special African wood. Keith made it. He's so good with this kind of stuff, but it's the tech work that he keeps returning to. I was the one who wanted to get the staircase in the loft put in. I love how they came out. This was done in honor of our friend Allie. She battled cancer for a year before finally succumbing to it. It captures her suffering and deterioration so well. Features are missing. Certain areas were rendered, then destroyed. It's haunting.
I got this at an auction. I might have overbid for it, but it reminded me so much of this one toy I had as a child that I just couldn't let it go.
Models of planets. They're metal. Keith loves this sort of stuff. Me, I'm more interested in life on this planet. A painting of Janelle and Mallory. Sweet girls. Twins with congenital heart problems. This painting was part of a fundraiser Max set up for them. I wish Max would get rid of this one. It looks like a person wrapped up in a cocoon. It's an old bas-relief we picked up in Europe.
I think of it as a fin poking out of the water. To me, it represents something that seems ominous on the surface. It's a box of components. Transistors, resistors, integrated circuits. He's a whiz, and he's taught me a little. Looks like Keith's soldering some sort of rocket ship. Fun.
Keith looks intensely focused. He goes through a month or two of obsession with something and then moves on. This must be his latest.
So this is Keith. Cordelia's other brother, I guess. Huh. Maybe I can look him up. Maybe even call him.
Hey Keith, what are you working on?
You kidding? Nothing. I've spent the past 2 days getting nowhere on this one design problem, and maybe it'll turn out the whole idea's crap. And then I have Max showing up pestering me to sign away all claims on the towers.
Didn't this same sort of thing happen when Max tried to solicit your design ideas for the towers in the first place? You said it couldn't be done. You were too wrapped up in the thing before it. Boo-hoo-hoo, rocks and hard places.
Well, no, but... Thanks. I see what you're doing, and you're right. But this latest thing I'm trying to do, it just hurts to keep thinking about, but I can't let it go. I can at least think about the tower's design and feel good. It's one big problem that I solved.
Keith, have I noticed some strain between you and Max?
Probably. He's getting insufferable, trying to tear away any dignity I might have gained through working on the design of the towers, and he's doing it just so he can move along to the next new thing.
What's wrong with moving on to new things?
Nothing. If you've got somewhere new to move to, I don't have that luxury right now.
Is it really so bad to sign away some legal claim? You still designed Enthon Towers, Keith. Your name might not be on the plaque, but you know it's an...
No, it's not about plaques. It's about Max thinking he can take something that I busted my hump for and just turn it into another commodity, another moneymaker.
Are you sure that's what he's doing? This is a condominium, Keith, not a microchip patent.
I'm not sure what he's up to, but I don't like it.
So you're on to the next thing? The gears don't stop spinning in that head of yours, do they?
You make it sound like a choice, Cordy. I'm working on the Ori over there. I'm trying to make it into a functional tool for measuring planetary movements.
Orrery? That's what that thing with the planets is called?
Well, ours is a little different, but yes. I just need to work on balancing it and I'll be finished, but it's tricky. I need to use the right wrench on the right planet, and I have to adjust it in the right direction.
Adjust it?
I'm using these to make the fine adjustments, but nothing has worked so far.
Can you tell me what progress you've made with the orrery?
Not much to say. I haven't been very systematic, so I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my edge.
Keith, don't talk like that. You're just down. Lots of stress lately. Keith, I have a suggestion for how you could fix those planets you're working on.
Yeah? What's that?
Use the small wrench. Adjust the blue planet with it. And turn it clockwise.
No, Cordelia. I'm sure I already tried that and it didn't work.
I'll talk to you later, Keith.
All right.
Models of planets. Keith, will you sign these papers for Max?
Papers? Oh, so he's getting you to do it now. When Max can't solve his problems, he sends a third party to get the job done for him. That's just like him. Won't work. Take him away.
I shouldn't. It's been a long day, and if I go in there, I'll probably end up going right to bed.
Nah, I don't like to leave the apartment unless there's something I need to do.
So, what? She left it here because she knew I could use my powers on it? This thing is colored to indicate danger. A rush delivery. At least it's not thick enough to be holding any body parts. Big and sturdy. This hides the Smith family safe. And behind painting number 2, we have... Yep, Max's safe, just like I saw in the vision. Here it is. I wonder what sort of valuables are in it. I know there's that saying, you don't finish a work of art, you abandon it. But come on, at least finish a face. I think I had a toy that looked like this when I was little. But damsel in distress stories always pissed me off. So I rescued him from the dragon. Elaborate, but this is like 18th century. Who has stuff like this anymore? It looks like a person with stomach problems. Not something I'd show off. Some kind of Batman memorabilia? Aside from telling me Cordelia has a lot of money, this sort of stuff isn't telling me much about her. Kinda reminds me of The Shining. Let me see if I can find any memories relevant to Keith working on this thing.
So the small wrench definitely isn't the one to use, but I still need to lock the green planet in place. Look at that! I have a lot more control if I jiggle the wrench as I turn it.
I don't know how I know this. It just hit me. Keith needs to jiggle the hex keys when he makes adjustments with them. Keith? Keith, I have a suggestion for how you could
Yeah? What's
Use the medium wrench. Adjust the green planet with it.
and turn it clockwise, but jiggle it when you do.
Interesting thought. If I... Wait! Yes, that's it!
He's pretty gone. Keith, will you sign these papers for Max?
But I just can't get this calculation to match up. It matched up last time. Why doesn't this one? Huh? Oh, yeah. What's this? This one has a second name on it. Jeff Therian. Who's that? Do I sign it?
I don't know. It was with the papers that Max needed you to sign. Maybe this Jeff has to sign it also.
Don't care, it's signed. If he doesn't need it, too bad. Now let me work. I need to see if I can just...
Ah, what's going on?
That was like the vision I had down on the balcony, and it makes more sense now. She wasn't just seeing any old visions. She was seeing her brother dying. She lost consciousness there, which stopped the vision. Maybe I can pick up the trail to the rest of that incident someplace else. Ugh, hideous. I'd have nightmares if I had to sleep near that thing. A few necklaces and bracelets. I can't tell much from it. I prefer handcuffs. God, I'd kill for a view like this. I love living in Boston, but I wish I could appreciate it from this distance more often, not always from alleyway crime scenes. Now that's a spacious closet. Let's see. Books by Jerzy Kaczynski, Mickey Spillane, some books on breeding body language, and a book by a guy named Barboose called Hell. Fitting. Let's see. I'm not taking any of these books with me. There's some kind of journal in here. What's this? These are notes on the hangman and the wise monkey. I'll take this. Could be anything under there. Severed body parts, booby traps, Christmas ornaments. All right, let's see. There's a folder stashed in here. Davies. I wish we could have found this days ago. And there's clearly something being planned for McAdams. Could be anything. This must be her junk drawer. Just a bunch of knickknacks inside.
I am awake.
I was worried. Just be okay.
Could you at least get me something?
Hey, kiddo. I'm not very good at telling stories anymore. It's been a while. Do you remember the last time we were here like this? I must have been 12. I was at your bedside, and I was trying to get you to talk. Dad had me playing one of those business deal games with you. Remember those? God, they were awful. For this one, I had to get you to trade me some toy you loved, and he would refuse to speak to me until I'd struck a deal. And as I was trying to cut a deal, you started to get pale, and you threw up on my shoes. Mom had to take you off to bed, and you stayed there, sick and sweaty, for like 3 days. I was there with you, begging you to wake up so that I could finish making that deal with you, but you didn't wake up. And for those 3 days, Dad wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't respond to me, wouldn't even look at me. Cordelia, I wanted you to wake up so that I could finish the deal and Dad would talk to me again. But now, I want you to wake up so that I'll know you're okay. Please, wake up.
I am awake. I am awake. I am awake.
I am awake.
Cordelia! Hey, kid. Glad to see you're back. I was worried. I canceled a teleconference to be here with you. So it's official. You're more important than 2 Australian businessmen. How are you feeling?
Ugh. Like someone's been stacking sandbags in my head.
I'm so glad you're back. We didn't know what happened, and we had no idea how serious it was. If it was a fainting or a coma. And if it was a coma, if you were gone that long, I don't know what I'd do.
Thank you, Keith.
Hey, maybe we should let her rest, huh?
She's finally back, and now you're trying to kick me out. No, I'm staying here until I see she's better.
No, it's okay, Keith. I'm feeling better, really. You should get back to working. Don't let me having a little headache throw off your day.
I don't know.
I know you're protective, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm fine. Go.
All right, just please be okay.
He's so worried. It's that same look in his eyes that was there when Mom and Dad died. Max, what happened? How did I get here?
I don't know what happened. I was in my office, and suddenly I heard you cry out. I ran out and saw you on the ground. We weren't sure if you hit your head, so it's quite a relief to have you talking right now.
Max, I need to tell you something. I passed out because I saw it. Something awful. But I didn't just see it. I felt it. It was you getting killed, Max.
What do you mean saw? Saw how?
Remember how I could always win the shell game at the Topsfield Fair?
Yeah, but that was luck, Cordelia. You've always had a lucky streak.
Look, I wanted Keith out of here because I didn't want him to worry, but I'm making a point of telling you because I do want you to worry. You need to be careful.
We wouldn't be living on the 33rd floor if I'd been careful, Cordelia. Sorry. I'm just under a lot of pressure lately. Look, I don't know what you want here. I wasn't planning on taking candy from any strangers, but nor am I going to live in a vault until you give me the all clear.
Okay. Could you at least get me something? It's in the desk drawer over there. But you have to push the catch that's underneath or it won't open.
Sure. When we're done talking.
I helped out Keith, got him back on track, and now he's onto a new project.
He's a machine.
Sometimes more literally than I'd like. Has he remembered to eat today?
Oh, he's fine. It's good when he gets engaged. Maybe he'll pop out something brilliant we can make, market, and sell. It's part of why having so little media exposure is good for him. For all of us. If any of the tech firms found out how brilliant he is at this stuff, they'd kill us in our sleep to get him.
The last thing we need is someone trying to pull this family apart.
You know, sometimes I wish you'd see him as your brother.
I do, Cordelia, I do. He's my genius brother.
Mom and Dad's anniversary is coming up.
What are you talking about? They married in the spring.
No, I mean the crash. The accident.
Oh, yeah. I guess it is coming up. You know, I hate it when you call that the anniversary. It's not a happy thing. I'll be sure to leave that day clear so we can go visit their graves. Hey, did you get Keith to sign those papers?
Here you go.
Signed? Great! This makes things much easier. Thank you. You're the best sister I've ever had.
And by that logic, also the worst.
True, you are also the worst.
There's this name, Jeff Therian, on one of these papers Keith signed. Is that a mistake?
What? No, it's fine. He's just another person who's mixed up in all of this.
But I feel I've heard that name before. And why is it on Keith's claim release?
Oh, I wouldn't know. This is all lawyer stuff. Skorovius drafted these up.
Well, I'll ask him about it then.
Cordelia. I'm sure it's nothing. Just let it go. Mom's necklace? I haven't seen this thing in years.
I've been keeping it safe.
She saw me. Really saw me. Before it was just glimpses, but I think she really knows who I am now.
I can't see you anymore, but I know you're there. And I'm glad I've got you on my side.